My friends, in my 200 3D CAD models in FreeCAD series, today I'll be working on exercise 160. This model I have tried several times in part workbench, and it is sad that this model cannot be built in part workbench. So let's work on this model in part design of FreeCAD 0.22 developers version. Rumors are that this 0.22 developers version will be released as FreeCAD 1 version, which is a big milestone for FreeCAD and us as FreeCAD users in general. So let's go ahead and adjust the location of the image, the technical drawing in the background, and then start sketching. So in part design, as you all know, the body comes first and then the sketch on XY plane. I decided I'll build this model top down. So this red part will be my first sketch. And I will just go basic rudimentary and build everything in this sketch. I thought about making these holes later on and deleting them, like you make a pocket, but I think I'll just go ahead and embed them into the sketch right now. Alright, all these three are same in radius, and this would be radius 10. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make two circular holes in here. And finally, I want to put them all on a arc, which is a construction geometry. Okay, and then I'll have to distribute these two circles. Well, I may have to make a radius here. So this would be 40.25, given the diameter is 80.5. And then let me actually do the obvious first. So I'm using the keyboard shortcut GN to switch between solid geometry and construction geometry. Like now it is solid and I want to switch it to construction geometry. I can click on here, or I just can say GN on the keyboard, it switches. And I want to draw two lines that connects between the main center and the center of these two holes. And then I can say the angle between these two lines is 60 degrees, and angle between these two is 60 degrees. So that 60 you may not find on this technical drawing, but think about it. You have 1, 2, 3 in 180 degree total angle, so 60 divides them equally. And I'm going to go ahead and make these two equal to diameter of 14. So here it says 14 diameter through holes. Maybe more than that, maybe diameter 20. Okay, let's make them equal. Yes. So the first sketch is complete, and I'm going to say sketch upper part, and as I said, I'll be building top down. Well, the sketch stays in the middle. This one will go up by 10 and hit OK. Okay, so we got that taken care of. Now let's talk about this one, the bottom one. And that would be another sketch at the same level within the same body. And this one, I can take reference of the center, so that way I won't have to draw that circle. Okay, and then I'll have to, however, draw another arc. So this is going to be Okay, radius 80. Okay, and then now let's switch back to solid geometry and draw the outside arc of radius 100. Right, and now we draw these two smaller arcs, the two gaps in here. Okay, and I'm actually going ahead and drawing these gaps as well. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and make all of these equal. Okay, so that part is constrained, and now for clarity I'm gonna go ahead and hide this pad, and I see partial redundant, which is that, I don't know, we'll come back to it. I'm just gonna go ahead and add these gaps, fill these gaps up with straight lines. And then almost there. There it is. And then I draw two circular holes just like I did in a minute ago, and then make these two equal, and draw two construction geometry to distribute them equally between these. Okay, so this is going to be another 60, and this is going to be 60. So that's another sketch done, and I still have this partially redundant, which is here. It says there is something. I'm going to select that, delete that, and see if I can make them coincident, and that takes care of. Nope, that does not. Okay, what is it? I can make this horizontal, and that takes care of it. Okay, so now let's bring that pad back. So we have this upward, and this one I need to go downward, and it did not work. So this is what I was talking about when I did this in part workbench. Looks like this line is not enough as a connection between these two. I'm gonna go ahead and update this upper part to actually, okay, let's bring that image back. How about instead of doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and delete that and draw this way. Okay, just like this. Right, and I'm gonna go ahead and make these two the same. Okay, that didn't work, probably because of this symmetry auto applied here. We may have to delete that symmetry constraint. Okay, so there is this. I want to go ahead and delete that, and maybe delete this one too. Okay, now they're free moving. I can go ahead and make them coincident, these two as well, and then say this is dimension of 20, right? So what it does is now it's giving some overlapping geometry between these two. Okay, I may have to actually make a hole in there just to make sure, like, you know. So this is going to be 20. All right, and now let's see if this pad goes down by 10. Yes, it did. So what it does is it gives some overlapping geometries, which is the main issue here. So one line of overlap is not sufficient for, looks like it was an issue in part workbench as well. So we have bulk of the model built. Now all I have to do is actually put these two cylinders through, and while actually it will be 3 cylinders because this is half here. Or what if I go ahead and hide this head, since we are overlapping things? How about I make these, I delete that, do the same thing as I did a moment ago. So there will be a circle of 20 and there will be an arc of, oh, well, it would be 40, or rather 20 radius. Okay, so that mid part is done. We got that taken care of, and now we'll have to add 2 cylinders here and there. And I'm just thinking, probably I could have done it through the sketch if I actually put enough thought into it to begin with. I could probably do it through the sketching, but now I'll have to do that 2 times in 2 sketches. I would rather go ahead and do another sketch on XY plane and draw a circle, draw another circle, repeat that on this side, and then take this reference to get the center reference and make them coincident. Let's do the same thing on this side as well. And now we apply dimensions to it. So this one, the one of them will be 10. Well, one of them will be 10. And another one will be, was it 20? Oh, okay. Okay, let's go back and see actually what the dimensions are. So one of them is radius 10 and diameter 20. Okay. And I think one of them is 14, so inside diameter would be 14. All right. So the inside one would be equal to here, and then outside one will be equal to here. I think we got these two sorted out. Now I can go ahead, let's make sure it's within the body. Yes. Now let's go ahead and add it for 20 both ways. Okay, that worked fine. So we could have done this had I paid attention to it. Actually, we could have done this when we build this first sketch and then second sketch, but nevertheless it worked. Actually, now that I see here, as you can see, this color, although that's not standard CAD, thing to look at, but these two surfaces should have the same color if you are coloring things. And here, because it's auto boolean in part design, these two surfaces should have merged together. So whatever the author did, looks like we did the same thing, but in my opinion, these two should have not been separated. It's the same plane at the same elevation, so they should be one undivided. Like here, it is coming around, should be like that. So if you look at the thumbnail of this video, see if it changes, because I will be building that thumbnail in Blender, and I'm guessing these two will be the same surface. Nevertheless, this is our model built in part design, and as I said, I did it several tries in part workbench. This surface always vanishes when after finishing this part, so that model did not build in part workbench. If you know a way to build this model in part, please let me know in the comment section below. If you have any other question, comment, or suggestion, let them know in the comment section below as well. As always, thank you for watching the video. I will see you next time.